Good afternoon. Thank you for coming out. My name is Jim Stevens. I'm the founder and CEO of Gifts to Give. We've just finished our third year in business on the South Coast, and I'm proud to announce that in the last 12 months, we've had 9,000 student volunteers from the South Coast and 3,000 adults, so 12,000 volunteers have helped us collect enough stuff to repurpose and help about 9,500 kids. So the equation this year worked out to, for every 3-hour shift a child volunteer spent in the mill, we were able to package a gift package for another child. And we've funded this. This is a really low-cost nonprofit. We've had a tremendous amount of impact, and we spend less than $250,000 a year. So the value equations are really outstanding. When you think about it, it cost us $25 to get a gift package to a kid and have another kid spend 3 hours in the mill. So the value equation's outstanding. And we've been financing ourselves from outside investors. It's been venture philanthropists in Boston who agreed to get us up and running, and at the beginning of year 4 to fund ourselves locally. And we're struggling. We're struggling because we don't spend money to market, and it's about word of mouth and getting the word out. So we started our first local fundraising campaign called Batting 1,000. We're asking 100 people to step up and donate $100. And as we're getting traction, we're not doing that well. And Patrick and the bank called up and asked what they could do to help. And they're not telling us what they can do to help. So there's been this big mystery. So I want to thank you all for coming out. And I want to thank Mayor Mitchell and Patrick. And I'm going to turn the microphone over to the mayor.
I think I'm first.
Okay.
You're batting cleanup. Well, thanks, Jim. It's great to be here today to be part of an effort that will, in the long run, help our community. And if anybody who does, if there's anyone here who doesn't think that what Gifts to Give does is authentic, just listen to the racket going on upstairs, because this is a working factory, and Jim and Jen at Gifts to Give really make the most of this space. And the time that Jim has been here and came to New Bedford to set up shop, Gifts to Give has had an enormous impact in the community and has affected the lives of so many in need. We have, and here in New Bedford, many people in need, many homeless families, others who are just on the edge of homelessness, who really do need a hand up. And the business model that Jim brings here is one that engages the community in very fundamental ways, and he's lived by it. Part of the deal here is that you've got to work, you've got to contribute. It's not just about writing a check, it's not just about sending a wish card, it's about getting your hands dirty, getting involved, and that builds social capital. That approach builds goodwill, it builds community, and so it's really been effective here. Gifts to Give's at a point where it really does need to build up its reserves, where it really does need funding to continue to make things happen here in our city. It's just the reality of running a nonprofit. You do need money to go. It's like any other business. And that's where Bristol County Savings Bank has stepped up. You do, in order to succeed, and this is a point I really want to emphasize, the nonprofit sector needs strong business sector partners. They can't do it alone. They need not just the volunteers, but the volunteership is very important, but they do need the financial resources and the financial wherewithal of folks like Bristol County Savings Bank and others who can lend so much and have such a huge impact in the community without great effort. It usually just takes one to step up and others to follow, and in this case we have a proven community leader in Bristol County Savings Bank really stepping forward and saying, yes, we're going to do that. We are going to engage. We are going to support those great efforts going on here at Gifts to Give. You know, Pat's going to speak in a moment, but I know he and Michelle Roberts have done an enormous amount here in New Bedford over the years to make sure that the wheels continue to turn, supporting important community initiatives and organizations. I don't know, have we announced the other thing you're doing yet? I don't want to let the secret out of the bag. We'll wait for another press day. We'll wait for another press day. We have another press set for that one. I won't let it out. But it goes to show that that Pat and Michelle have really made a commitment to New Bedford in ways that really do make a difference. So again, thank you for stepping up, Pat, for all you do. This is a terrific organization, Gifts to Give. They're really making a big impact, and through them, you guys will really make your mark on the community. So with that, let me just call you up for say a few words. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, for those kind words. Bristol County Savings Bank has been around since 1846, a real long time, and we're still a mutual bank. And what that means is that we really don't have any stockholders that we have to pay a dividend to annually. So we really consider the community to be our stockholder, and we like to give back. Back in 1996, the bank celebrated our 150th birthday. And at that point, we gave ourselves a birthday present. Actually, we gave the community a birthday present. We set up a charitable foundation. And since that time, the bank has given out over $9 million to local 501c nonprofit organizations. The bank has now been in the South Coast area for a little over 5 years. We opened our first office in Dartmouth about 5 years ago and followed that up with just about 2 years ago now with an office right here in New Bedford. And the community has been very good to us since we've moved down here. So it's really time that we pay back the community. Since we've been down here in the last 5 years, $1.2 million has been given out to nonprofits just in the South Coast area. And we're very happy to announce, it's pretty cool keeping secrets. You ever hear of a banker that can keep a secret? I think we've done a pretty good job, Mayor, keeping this one. But we met Jim a year ago. We came down and Jim approached the bank and approached our charitable foundation for helping out with some of their infrastructure here in this building. And we were able to come down and help Jim out. So it made it very easy to actually contact Jim this year and say, how can we help this year? And that's when he told us about batting 1,000. And being a big baseball fan, we really wanted to come down and help you out with this particular initiative. When we was talking to Jim and asked him if I do my math right, 100, you're looking for 100 donors at $100 a piece. And if I do my math real quick in my head, $10,000?
A lot of money.
A lot of money. A lot of money. And as Jim mentioned, he's about $1,800 into it at this particular time. When we were talking, we were asking, is $10,000 really what you need? And he said, oh, I'd love to have more than that. So here's the challenge. The challenge is Bristol County Savings Bank Charitable Foundation will contribute dollar for dollar every dollar that you raise up to $10,000. So we'd really like to double that $10,000 and make it $20,000.
I'm going to hug you.
Thank you so much. So it's our pleasure.
John, did you know that?
You know what? It's news to me. This is all good.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
We are proud to support Gifts to Give, and we hope our financial assistance encourages the entire community to join forces with this worthwhile cause. This organization not only helps thousands of children and families in the community, but it is also a place that engages local children and teaches them the value of their philanthropy and that they can truly make a difference. So once again, we are very pleased that we can help you with this effort. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Check. Forget the big check.
And with this,
John, you gotta get this picture.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Of course. Wouldn't miss it.
we hope we can cash this check in a very short period of time.
Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
You surprised me. That's a lot of money. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate it.